Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into a shareholder report that reads like a dramatic novel. Get ready for twists, turns, and a somewhat surprising ending. I'm talking about the Athena Behavioral Tactical Fund. It's designed to be smart about the market, but did it outsmart itself? We'll see. For those who are new, it's a fund utilizing patented behavioral market indicators to select broad market exposure among various equity markets or cash each month, hoping to be smarter than the market. But before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come and join. Let's start by checking how much it costs to invest in the fund. If you had $10,000 in the Class I shares, the report says you would pay $111 in costs, which is about 1.26%. Now, how did the fund actually do? For the year ending in April 2025, the Class I shares went down by about 24%. The fund itself says the international equity performed as expected, but it dramatically underperformed when market events occurred. Small caps went out of favor and a pause in Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. It's like trying to predict the weather. Sometimes you get caught in the rain. A 24% drop is like if you have 10 customers, 2 of them said goodbye. Let's quickly scroll to the performance compared to others to have a better understanding. In May 2015, if you have a $1,000 with Athena Behavioral Tactical Fund, it would be worth $12,176 in April 2024, $94. These indexes outperformed this fund by a huge margin, $494. These indexes outperformed this fund by a huge margin. Moving on to some key numbers, the fund's net assets are about $13 million and they have only 3 investments in the portfolio. Looking at what the fund is invested in, 99% is in exchange traded funds or ETFs and just 1% in money market funds. The biggest holding, making up 99% of the fund, is in Pro Shares Ultra Russell 2000. Here is the big news. The fund will cease operations. The people in charge decided to close the fund and give everyone their shares back in July 2025. It's like the director yelling, cut on a movie, but for a fund. Switching gears a bit, let's talk about ethics. The fund has a code of ethics for its main officers. This is important so everyone acts responsibly and does not abuse their position, just like the financial professional you see in movies. No illegal activity is allowed. The fund also has financial experts on its audit committee. These are like the detectives making sure all the numbers add up and are correct. Speaking of numbers, the audit fees for the past year were about $16,600. These are the fees they paid to get their financial statements checked out. For taxes, it was about $3,900. This covers preparing the tax returns and making sure they followed all the tax laws. Now let's move on to the investments. At the end of April in 2025, it had ProShares Ultra Russell 2000, about 41,515,000 shares with fair value $1,206,551. It also had money market funds. It invested short term, but overall the total value of all investments was around $13 million. If we quickly scroll to the assets, we see investments were worth about $13 million. But after accounting for what they owed, the total net assets were a little under $13 million. Checking out the statement of operations, the fund had a net decrease in assets of over $5 million. That's a big drop. The fund had a decrease in net assets from operations and also from shareholders redeeming or selling their shares. This is likely because of the poor performance we saw at the top. Finally, let's view the financial highlights. The net asset value per share dropped from around $9.87 to $740. Also, from the ratio side, portfolio turnover rate is at 234%. It's like flipping a house every few months. Now, what's my take? Well, it seems like the fund strategy didn't quite work out. It made some high-risk bets, which resulted in losing a significant portion of the investment. There were some notable risks. The main bets didn't pay off and the fund paid the price. In conclusion, the Athena Behavioral Tactical Fund is closing its doors. The fund's performance this year shows that its closure is a fair decision. Alright, that's our breakdown of Athena Behavioral Tactical Fund's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the fund's future? Or really lack thereof? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.